Welcome back. It's Joy News on your multi-TV. Time now for Journey Interactive. And Marian Therese here. She's all red. Lady in red. How are you doing?
Fabulous as always.
Yeah.
Shall I say thank God it's Friday?
No, I understand why you say fabulous. Because you're in red.
From yesterday, I was home and I got messages on Twitter and on Facebook as well. The interactive community just asking, Marian, I hope you're wearing red tomorrow. You're wearing red. So by popular request, I've decided to wear the red.
Lady in red.
Just to keep our interactive community going. Because if I don't do it and they boycott and occupy my Therese show, then perhaps we won't have a show.
At least it gives me an idea of what you're discussing today.
Yeah, we are actually discussing Labour's call for a strike for 24th of this month. Yeah. And also to link it in with the Red Friday movement and to ask whether it will change anything and whether it's actually even here to stay.
Go on ahead.
Thank you. Wherever you are, welcome to your most interactive half hour on TV. My name, as always, is Marian Ture. Welcome to your show. So wherever you are, welcome to your show. I'd like to announce all the social media tools that you need to get in touch with us. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/joynews on TV. Comment on all the posts we put there. We'll amplify your voice by sharing what you are sharing with the rest of the world. We are on Twitter. We tweet at Joynews on TV and at JN Interactive GH. You can also tweet to me. I tweet at MN Ture. All these Twitter handles, 3 of them actually, waiting to retweet your thoughts and share what you are sharing with the rest of the world. You can send us an email to joynews@multitvworld.com, and our WhatsApp number remains 054-010-9009. JN Interactive is where tech meets news to set the agenda. So all workers will lay down their tools in protest over worsening economic conditions in the country. The Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress, TUC, who is in the person of Kofi Asamoah, at a news conference declared the one-day nationwide strike, which will be the first in decades. He announced that, quote, all workers, including those in the media, formal and informal sectors, are to stay away from work and converge at designated locations in Accra and other regional capitals to demonstrate. Prices of commodities and services have all gone up, a situation Labour is describing as unbearable. On July 1st, utility prices were increased, so too was fuel price, which have had to, a catapulting effect, if I could call that, on the goods and services that are rendered to all of us. Transport fares have been increased across board, with its attendant chaos between passengers on one hand and drivers or the conductors on the other hand. Can you imagine that a tin of milk, which used to cost just about 2 cedis only last month, is now selling for 2 cedis 50 Ghana pesos? Cement was sold at 28 Ghana cedis, but it now sells at 35 cedis. Apparently, well, before I came on air, it was actually 40 cedis. Imagine that. Our cameras actually caught up with Kofi Asamoah. In fact, we have his voice. Let's take a listen to him.
Indeed, we have said that and repeatedly stated through the interventions that we made for so many times now that there is a limit to what working people can contain. If you slap somebody for long, he gets out of himself. I think he will tell you that enough is enough. The press conference is as a result of an earlier press statement we issued some days before, expressing our concerns about the astronomical highs in the petroleum products and all the challenges that we've been going through as a result of the management of the economy and its impact on working people and indeed Ghanaians. As prices keep rising, nominal incomes stagnate, leading to a drastic fall in our real incomes. Workers are losing their jobs as businesses fold up. Unemployment, particularly among the youth, keeps rising. The energy situation is worsening, and the taps are not flowing as potable water continues to be rationed. Existing taxes have been increased, and many new and in some cases strange taxes are being introduced. Government continues to withdraw subsidies and abolish long-established allowances. The National Health Insurance Scheme is under serious financial stress, and the scheme is unable to pay service providers. Consequently, some hospitals and service providers have already served notice that they are no longer going to accept NHIS cards due to non-payment of claims. The National Pension Scheme is in a confused and deplorable state. In January 2015, some Ghanaians who have contributed immensely to national development and will qualify for pension in lump sum payment under the second tier do not know their fate under the new pension scheme. While government makes frantic attempts to impose a scheme on public sector workers, there is a limit to what working people and Ghanaians can take. Organized labor and indeed the working people of Ghana, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, to back these demands and as a demonstration of our serious concern over the existing state of affairs, organized labor declares a one-day national protestation on Thursday, July 24, 2014. On that day, Thursday, January 24, 2014, all workers, including those of you in the media, all workers in Ghana, formal and informal, are as to stay away from work and converge at designated locations in Accra and other regional capitals to demonstrate. We equally call on all industries and employers, and indeed all well-meaning Ghanaians feeling the pinch of the situation, to support and join this clarion call. These actions have become necessary to express the frustrations of working people and Ghanaians on the high rise of living, which we do not see an end to it any time from now. Long live workers' solidarity, and God bless our homeland Ghana.
So Mr. Kofi Asamoah actually believes that this will be the first step towards ameliorating the high cost of living in this country, and we actually pray so. Our cameras caught up with you on the streets of the capital to inquire if strikes, protests, demonstrations and labor agitations are the best options driving home our issues. In our first video blog, we've been asking you, are labor agitations the real best way to do this? Let's take our next video blog.
Well, I don't think strikes and agitations are the only ways Ghanaians air their views to the president or the government. There are so many other views as well, but you know, strikes and demonstrations happen to be the very final moment when people, burst out when they can no longer start taking no more pain, because there's so much problems going on. Even the strikes and the demonstrations, I can say that they take place on their own, because people are feeling the pains and the woes, and automatically they start crying out. So that's what they do through the strikes and agitations. So I don't think that those are the only ways, but that's the final point.
Going on demonstration, for me, it's a good thing to do, because that is the only way the government can hear our voice. Without a demonstration, I don't think government could take us serious, because that's the only way for the government to notice that we are serious as a country. Yeah, so I am back on them going to demonstration.
There's a saying that goes like, if persuasion feels force is applied. So then I think Yes, strikes they've had a way in creating awareness to the government, telling them that, Massa, you're not paying us, you're not doing what we want, you're not satisfying us, so then we have to take on this step. So I think strike has an impact in this whatever.
In fact, for the strike per se, I don't support the totally strike. You understand? I don't support the idea because it will affect us more because the government says it doesn't have the money. So one day, if the TUC sat down and they did not go to work, in fact, it's also an economic loss. So for them to go on strike for that or demonstration on that day, but by not working there, in fact, it is not a good idea whereby I will support that idea.
You send us so many comments on the issue, so let's do some of your comments before we take our next video blog. The precursor has already said that workers are to embark on a nationwide strike starting July 24th, which is Thursday, and this has been declared by our Secretary of the TUC, Kofi Samoa. We've been asking if labor agitations are the best way to solve our issues, and is government being unfair to workers? After all, things have gone up, yet perhaps remuneration is still what it is. So is government really being unfair to us by doing that? And we will start. This one is a thesis, and so perhaps I shall truncate in the middle somewhere. Nuhu says, Francis, I'm a Ghanaian and a stakeholder who must, amongst other things, help the leadership of my country to grow the economy for the good of our people. My contribution in this direction, however small, I believe will go a long way in helping my government provide good leadership for the growth and prosperity of my country. I shall never blame solely political leadership for the difficulties Ghana is currently facing, but would rather see it as collective failure of all. I, as an ordinary citizen, failed to help, and so did the teacher, doctor, civil servant, police officer, taxi driver, hawker, politician, roadside mechanic, journalist, trader, imam, pastor, housewife, student, nurse, etc. Let me jump it to your caps. I serve notice to the TUC that I shall never boycott work on Thursday, July 24th, but would rather go to work as a patriotic citizen for the good of Mother Ghana. Woohoo to you. I am glad that you're very patriotic. And so when you're hungry at home, don't blame anybody. You're blaming patriotism for that. But that said, it doesn't mean that you should stay at home also. I'm sure that we can find alternative solutions to this one. Playing the devil's advocate there, don't mind me. But Benjamin is sending this from Achimebuakwa. I respect the decision taken by organized labor. We cannot continue to suffer for government's inefficiency and mismanagement of resources. Let's arise and make sure that we get value for hard work. Ghanaians deserve better, if not the best. Hafiz says, I believe that's the right course. We workers ought to be respected and given what is due us. Fifi Pencil Jr. If you know the kitchen is too hot for you, just get out. And this government cause this is too hot, outrageous. Everything isn't going on well, and who are we to blame? Ghana is sick. We need a doctor then. Paul says, hey, Ghana. So when President, please go to economics and revise scale of what preference. And I think that would help you solve most issues than listening to most of your people around you. Okay, but I thought advice was good. Or what do you think? Advice is very good. Anyway, let's take our final video blog on this issue, and we're asking, the government being unfair to us? After all, we are the taxpayers. Let's take our final video blog on this particular issue. Don't go away.
Yes, they are really being unfair. But people are complaining too much. When 4 or 5 people are complaining about the same thing, I think then there's something wrong. They're not doing what they should do. They're not laying out some policies. There are appropriate things to be done to be able to satisfy workers.
They also should think about the government. They should listen to the government, about the government also, because the government says there's no money. They also is aware that the economy is not moving as how we are expecting it to be. You understand? So I think they should also sacrifice to help the government.
Well, I believe government is being really, really unfair to the workers in the country. because you see some of the spendings he makes, and then you see some of the stuff he does, and then later on he goes to the workers to let them know that there's no money, and then he increases the taxes and everything, petroleum prices. Then you see them still stagnant with their salary. You see that the government is really unfair to the workers, and I don't think that is good.
Judging what is happening, I think it's being unfair, because once you were a worker, you work for money, right? And it can't be an institution whereby government you work and at the end of the day you are not going to get paid. Right. So supposing governments, as the president, for instance, and the ministers working without pay, are they going to manage affairs in this country? No. So I think workers, should be given their due, what do you call it, wages.
So on to our second issue. In protest over the worsening economic conditions in the country, some middle-class citizens took to the streets to demonstrate on Republic Day, July 1st, in what they termed Occupy Flagstaff House to register their protest against the high cost of living in the country. Following from that was Red Friday, which began last Friday to call government to account. In its second week, take a listen to the cry of the people.
Oh yes, it's Red Friday. Government is serious business and we need to get serious. Development must be focused. This is no party matter. It's a Ghana matter. Let's unite against corruption, cronyism, and focus on state preservation. Ghana must work. Join us. Wear your red this Friday and let's unite for Ghana.
Yeah, so that's the video that follows the movement Red Friday. And we were actually asking you, would you wear red every Friday in solidarity? Let's take our video blog on that.
I would really wear red in support of the Red Friday campaign. I believe that the government is not taking Ghanaians seriously enough. And I think that we being a peaceful country, this is the only way that we can talk to the government. We can't fight. Ghanaians don't like to fight. So if we are just
what they are doing, I supported the red t-shirt or the red shirt every Friday. I supported the idea because it is a good idea, because there are some things when the government is doing and it doesn't know that it affects some of us. Yeah, that's why we supported the idea. But although if we are not wearing the red at all, the idea is very good for some of us. Yeah, because at times government does a lot of things whereby it doesn't know that we ordinary common people on the ground, it affects us so much because the cost of the living is very hard. And I think the government should also listen to the Ghanaians, the ordinary Ghanaian, because the electricity bills, in fact, school fees, the utility bills are so high that, in fact, right now we are feeling the heat. So the Red Flag is a very good idea. So we support the idea. I personally support the idea.
I think it's a very good step, but when it becomes something like a normal routine, the government will stop listening, because I see it as one of the characteristics of the Mahama administration. When you agitate for a very long time, he gets used to it, and then it gets off his radar. He stops thinking about it. So I think that it shouldn't be done normally. I think once or twice he will get to hear of it.
When you look at the things that are happening now in the country, a lot of people are suffering. I'm not just saying a lot of people. Everybody is feeling it, even the ruling government. There are a lot of people that we talk to who are part of the ruling government. They also complain about the hardships that are going on in the country. So I'm in support of the Red Friday stuff. Yeah.
That is the only thing that is going to call the government's attention. Then I'll worry.
So that is what you are telling us from the streets of Accra. Let's take some comments that are trending on this particular issue. And I start with Imbo. Imbo Samuel says, Maria, not only will I wear it on every Friday, but every day. That is only if they deactivate the Yentiobia clause. My sister, we are dying slowly in our country. The leaders seem to lack clear direction. That's why our problems keep on coming in battalions. 2016 is loading slowly. God bless Ghana. Roland says, Massa, wearing red because of issues like this will be the last thing I will do. Are we saying that our current economy is the worst one in Africa? Certainly not. We all agree that there is a little hardship, but doing this thing won't help solve the issues. You can mark my words, this won't get anywhere. But seriously, I know it is some political group in Ghana who are masterminding this just to make the country ungovernable so as to use that to win points in the next election. Yati? Listen, Pat, okay, I've done it for you. You said it's too much. Newton Jefford says the Red Friday thing will not change anything or put more food on my table. It has happened in the past with successive governments and nothing came out of it. So let us work hard to improve productivity and all shall be well. A final comment before we take our final blog, and this one is coming from Kennedy Asare Bequing from Akomadang. My work won't permit me. If so, I would wear it every Friday because we are suffering, pa. And you said surfing, pa. Don't worry, I forgive you. But in our final video blog, we are asking, how would you feel if it doesn't achieve the desired results? You wear red every Friday for however many months or years to come, and still government says, hey, I have to govern, and that's the best way I can govern, my way and not your way. Let's take our final video blog on the issue. Please don't go away.
Well, if the red campaign doesn't achieve its result, I'll still see it as one of those normal things, because the government, I don't know how to put it, but it doesn't listen to people. It does what it really wants to do. Because if there are problems or there are strikes or agitations at some point of the people's lives, the government doesn't really look at those issues. The government rather tackles issues that it feels it needs to tackle, and I don't think that it's going to yield any results. But I just pray that it does.
Oh, I'll feel very bad. I'll feel very bad because the government must listen to the people, and this is one of the ways by which the people can express their the things that they are going through to the government. When it doesn't listen to the people.
Then I don't think something is going to work on this country again, because if this is not going to work out, then I don't know what to do again.
So let's take our final comments on the issue before my partner in crime joins me so we can wrap up on this Friday edition of JN Interactive. And Christian Salvo says, good evening, Marian. Well, it's very true that standards of living is very high and we are in hardship. But as for me, the Red Friday is not necessary at all. Those things are difficult because the government knows very well that the citizens are suffering. Therefore, if they want to reduce things for us, they will do so. So wearing red even every day will never change their mind. So I am giving them up to 2016 to see what happens. Okay, so it means you want change in 2016. Okay. Jeffrey says Red Friday will lose its value if it is done frequently. I think they should not do it too often, once in a blue moon. So what's Blue Moon Red Friday? We can call it that. So that monthly Red Friday or bi-weekly Red Friday. Perhaps you're giving them great advice, so they should take it and then do it biannual. Don't mind me. I'm glad it's Friday. Musa says it's good to wear red every Friday. Our funerals generally start on Fridays. You're funny. And Mourinho says, Ghana, we need divine interventions in order to turn things around. Final comments before we wrap up. And this one is coming from Dawood Al Hassan. They can even make it Yellow Friday. We don't care. After all, what is it? They should know that it is not the making of John Mahama. Okay, we found ourselves here by ourselves. I guess on that note, I'll end the show for today before I get myself into trouble. My partner in crime is back.
Thank you very much, Maya. I thought you were going to read that particular message that said, once in a red moon. If only we have something like that.
He said blue.
Well, oh, I thought it was red.
Well, he said once in a blue moon.
Anyway, let me just remind you that there are a lot more stories to expect on News at 8 with Israel Lai. But for now, we need to go. My name is Prince Minka.
We need to go.
Yeah,
so he's always running. And my name is Marian Chure. Have a fabulous Friday. See you same time, God willing, Monday. But we have a repeat of the show, 10:30. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Bye.